in Detroit. I want to thank all of the departments that have stepped up. This has been a collaborative effort with DWSD, GSD, DPW, and GLWA have all come together to ensure that we are prioritizing the safety of our residents, but also moving with urgency to address the water main breaks throughout Detroit. We know that freezing temperatures and aging infrastructure and sudden pressure and water changes can also contribute to the incidents that we're seeing today. But our focus always remains simple, and that is that we want to respond quickly and minimize disruption and also support our residents. And so I would like to bring up Director Brown, who has been leading this effort, to provide a more thorough update on where we are to date to ensure that we are protecting the safety of our residents and addressing the water main breaks with urgency.
Thank you, Mayor. And first of all, I just want to thank the Mayor for having the confidence in reappointing Sam and I to the Water Department to continue to lead it. It's an honor and a privilege to be here and work in the Sheffield administration, for sure. I also, again, want to thank, when I called Sue Coffey from the Great Lakes Water Authority this morning, she sent to Calvary Todd King, Peter Fromm. They worked on the big 54-inch water main break that we had last year. So we've got the 18 from the Great Lakes Water Authority. 6 o'clock this morning, I talked to DPW, and they were mobilizing crews to help get the ice off the street. Same thing with Crystal Perkins from GSD. When I called her and said, I know most of your summer help is not going to be available, but send me what you got. She more than readily put some crews together. So we got DPW and the whole city team behind us. We have also, let's see, good morning. First, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the dedicated men and women of the Detroit Water and Sewer Department. Our crews are out in harsh conditions, sub-zero temperatures, making critical repairs, often around the clock, to keep the water service flowing safely to homes and businesses across the city. Their commitment to Detroiters in these conditions is truly commendable. I also want to thank our residents for their patience and understanding. We know how disruptive water main breaks and flooding can be, and we appreciate everyone's cooperation while repairs are underway. Water main breaks and street flooding, when temperatures swing suddenly, whether in a deep freeze or a heat wave, it puts added stress on water mains, increasing the likelihood of breaks. DWSD has shifted additional staff from other divisions to our field service teams so we can investigate, isolate, and repair breaks more quickly. If you notice bubbling water standing on streets or sidewalks, please report it through the Improved Detroit app or by calling 313-267-8000. Not 911, but 267-8000. For your safety, never drive or walk through standing or ice over water. You can't always tell how deep or unstable the surface is. When flooding occurs, our crews work closely with the Department of Public Works to ensure catch basins are clear, ice is removed, and streets are properly salted. Our top priorities are, number one, restoring service to residents temporarily without water. Number two, repair breaks that affect major streets and transportation routes used by residents, schools, and emergency personnel. Number three, make safe other breaks that may cause local street flooding until streets and contractors can complete full repairs. Protecting private plumbing. The majority of calls that our call center is getting is really about private plumbing issues inside homes. We're also receiving many calls about frozen or burst pipes in homes as temperatures drop. If this happens, please contact DWSD at 313-267-8000 to request a temporary water shutoff to limit damage. Then contact a licensed plumber for repairs. Remember, while DWSD maintains the water meter itself, plumbing and valves inside the home are the homeowner's responsibility. Always stay clear of standing water near electrical appliances and fuse boxes. To prevent frozen pipes, keep your thermostat at 55 or higher, even if you're away. Make sure your meter area is heated and insulated. Turn your inlet and outlet valves near the meter every 6 months to keep them working properly. If you manage a vacant property, call us to have the service shut off if the heat is off. For pipes along the exterior walls, leave faucets on a slight drip during extreme cold to keep water moving. Fire hydrant safety. We've had more than a dozen fire hydrants that have been hit by cars. Finally, DWSD is monitoring and maintaining fire hydrants to ensure they remain operable during cold snaps. Please slow down while driving in winter conditions. Sliding into a hydrant can cause a service outage and delay emergency response. If you see a leaking, damaged hydrant, report it through the Improve Detroit app or 313-267-8000. Again, thank you to our employees, to our residents, and the partner agencies for your cooperation and resiliency as we work together to protect our community during severe weather. Now I'll bring up the Deputy Director, Sam Smalley, who's leading the operational portion of this effort.
Good afternoon, Sam Smalley, Deputy Director, DWSD. Again, need to reiterate, thank you to our Detroit men and women, our employees who are out there not only in the cold, but they're also getting wet while they're doing this work. And they're braving the elements to make sure that our customers have safe drinking water. Also to our Detroit-based contractors who have stepped up, provided additional resources to help us accelerate the repairs. Thank you to all of them, and certainly our partner agencies, GSD, DPW, GLWA. Everyone's pitching in. This is all hands on deck. It's important to all of us. We currently have 9 crews. We're increasing it to 11 tomorrow, so we'll have additional water main break crews. We have trucks that are salting locations 24/7, and we're adding additional ice removal, snow removal crews to monitor the sites that we have. As Director Brown mentioned, we have some frozen hydrants. We ask everyone, all of our hydrants are inspected at least twice a year by DFD. We currently have 275 hydrants that are out of service out of 30,000. We have 77 hydrants that are frozen. We have boiler trucks that will show up, thaw them out, pump them out. Takes a very little bit of time. So if you see a hydrant that is frozen or has ice coming out, please call 267-8000 and let us know. Do not assume that we already know about it. Let us know. We have a very robust work order management system where we can track all of this data. And with that, it is all hands on deck. Everyone's working. We've reallocated crews from our sewer division and from our lead service line group, so everyone is pitching in toward this effort.
Sam, Krakenstein's coming.
Okay. I'll turn it over to Sam Krasenstein, the Deputy Director of DPW.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to start by reiterating the comments made by Director Brown and Deputy Director Smalley, thanking the men and women of Detroit, both across all the departments. For us, the men and women of DPW that have been out not just the last couple days, but for the last few weeks, taking care of our roadways, salting and plowing. We've basically been on 12-hour shifts nonstop for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I do want to take the opportunity to thank our drivers, our forepersons, our mechanics that are keeping our trucks up and running over this nonstop effort, which has already been a very long winter, and we're only in January here. So I'm just going to provide a brief update with where we are on snow removal. So following the 5-inch storm on Sunday and the freezing cold temperatures, where right now we're sitting pretty consistently below 15 degrees, we've had about 30 trucks on crew and running nonstop on 12-hour shifts. We've made it through all of our major roads at this point, and I'm happy to report as of last night, we've made it through 100% of the residential streets. And so for context, that's about 1,860 miles of residential streets across the city that we use contractors for. So the contractors reported they were completed last night. We've had teams out all day yesterday and today verifying that the contractors did the work that they said they were going to do. And we're happy to report that, that all the residential streets are reported and verified to be cleared. However, if residents do find that there are streets that we've missed or streets that are not done to their satisfaction, they can call us at the 313-224-0033 to our street maintenance division, or like for other issues in the city, they can use the Improved Detroit app. The other thing I would remind Detroiters is that in this period of very cold, freezing conditions, we are going to see potholes on our roadways, and we are out there responding. So if you do see a pothole on, it could be our roadway, the county, or state, they can also notify us by using the Improved Detroit app, and we will have crews out there dispatched to ensure that the roadways are staying safe for everybody. With that, I'll hand it back over to Director Brown. Thank you.
Thank you. So this morning I was at one of our larger water main breaks over by Denby High School. I think Lang and Britton, that's been repaired, and the crews are mopping up, getting the street cleaned up, and everybody should be in service at that location. Questions?
What does the ice removal look like? When I'm on Lane, you're walking on the sidewalk and it's like jagged. Seniors are trapped in their house.
Yeah.
They can't walk over that. So I guess how long? I mean, people are asking me when should I expect it?
Yeah. Well, as you know, we just got it repaired within the last few minutes. We will get all of the ice removed from the street, and then we'll make the sidewalks safe for our senior citizens to
There were
travel.
residents that were concerned that they might have to wait until the snow melts.
No.
I said no, I don't know.
We'll take care of the sidewalks and make sure that they're safe for our residents. We're not going to make them wait for the thaw.
We're about a year removed from the water main break incident in Southwest. I'm just curious, what are the insights or lessons learned?
Yeah, the 54-inch break was all in one area, one very tight area. And after the break, there was no more damage. It was just about repairing that damage to the 54-inch break. And so when we mobilized, all of our crews just had to go into one tight area. We have a map in back of me that has all the current water main breaks, and they're citywide. And the city's 139 square miles. And so we have to mobilize citywide. So while there's not going to be the damage to homes, there won't be any flooding to homes or very little flooding to homes with this incident. Just the sheer fact that we have these temperatures for the next 7 to 10 days, and we have to travel, mobilize crews citywide, it makes it somewhat challenging and slows us down.
Exactly how many water main breaks are on?
Approximately 51. And 9 of them have been isolated and are being worked on now. But, I say that, and I'll probably be coming back in the next few days because there'll be additional water main breaks. So until the temperatures moderate, we'll do better than treading water. We'll get all the major ones taken care of. But we need, the average temperature this time of year is 32 degrees. We're all looking forward to that day.
Are there any reports of damage, particularly on the water main break that you were on this morning on Main Street?
No reports of damage so far. Just we have 3 cars that were towed out of that neighborhood that were impacted by the ice, and so we'll get claim forms out to those residents and make sure that we make them whole for any damage to the vehicles.
One of the residents I spoke to said that the street was flooded last night. He says the street
Yeah.
is often flooded.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about it was often flooded, but what happens is we'll have a minor break, and we'll make a path for that water to get to the sewer so that it can flow away from the area. And then overnight, as the temperatures drop, it breaks more, and it's a bigger break than it started out with. So tonight we're going to have 10 individuals that will be monitoring every site to make sure that if any one site has gotten worse, we can have crews immediately respond and not have the situation that we had last night.
Can you speak to the current water main replacement projects going on?
I'll let Sam Smalley, that's his area of expertise.
So we have a comprehensive asset management program at DWSD where we go neighborhood by neighborhood doing inspection and assessment of both the water and wastewater. We do leak detection, we do other things, we look at the material type, how old it is, what the break history is. All of that combines into a risk assessment. We define risk as the probability of failure times the consequence of failure. Probability of failure is how many times is it broken, what material is it, et cetera. And the consequence, as Director Brown said earlier, is it a major thoroughfare? Could it affect a freeway, hospital, schools, et cetera? So we take all of that data and then we select strategically the mains that need to be replaced that will lower the overall risk throughout the city. Our annual capital spend right now on the water side is about $100 million a year. A lot of that is not just water main replacement, but we also have a requirement to replace 70,000 more lead service lines. So there's a lot of tension and competition for our capital dollars on the water side.
Are you doing that work during these conditions of the project, or is it paused?
Much of our water and wastewater capital work continues even through the winter. Certainly the lead service line work has slowed down. We're on the cusp of bidding out the alley sewer repair work, which is $174 million. That work can continue year-round as well.
You provided that phone number for residents to call if they have any issues or concerns. Could they call 211, or is that something totally different?
We would ask that they please call us at 313-267-8000. Please don't assume that we already know about it, because every day we run into 20 to 30 issues that we haven't been called about, and it will help expedite the repair and our ability to respond. 267-8000. That number is answered 24/7. I call it in the middle of the night sometimes when people call me or text me, and they always answer.
Is there a concern about how many more water main breaks we could see if we have a lot more cold weather to get through and the volume of work that we see?
There's not a concern. We have the capacity. This is what we do. I mean, this is the men and women that work at DWSD are excellent at fixing water main breaks. As you see, the one from this morning has already been fixed. Hopefully, each crew can get 2 a day done. So if we get 20 done a day, it's how many more will we continue to get? Until the weather moderates, we're anticipating more water main breaks. But we have a plan, and we'll be on top of it to make sure that no one is out of water. When Sam and I went to bed last night, there was not a resident that was out of water. And so we're proud of that. We're making sure that they're prioritized. Any other questions? We thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. No, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Does Channel 7 have any additional questions? Be sure to play.
Hi.
Yeah. So you just know what you're